2022 has been a great stop motion year, so I figure like most syndicated TV shows, why not take advantage of a clip show best of while we'll go through some of my highlights throughout the year. If you also stick around to the end, I will share my very first stop motion that I created this year, which I have not posted on any platforms yet, so this is a first reveal. So sit back and enjoy. Coming in third place with the most views, with 19,000 views, is Do the Ninja Turtles Like Girl Scout Cookies? Which you can imagine you have Ninja Turtles and you have Girl Scout cookies. So of course people are going to want to watch this because who doesn't love Ninja Turtles and Girl Scout cookies? You'll notice in this video I do use a lot of the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles are one of my favorite characters, so their personalities, you've got 4 strong personalities, so they pair very well with a lot of the jokes I do, and they've got really good motion. So that's why you'll see the NECA Ninja Turtles as a reoccurring character in a lot of my stop motions. And towards the end of the video, I will do a comparison on which toy figure line I do like using the most in my stop motions. So see how the NECA Turtles compare.
Delicious. Can I have some more?
Sorry, no more.
Coming in at number 2 with 22,000 views is Respect Boundaries. This pairs Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. Their pairing I use actually pretty frequently. Marvel Legends figures I love using. Great characters or established characters. Spider-Man seems to do very well in videos, as well as the Ninja Turtles. But these two, they have kind of that personality where Doctor Strange is a little bit more serious, Spider-Man's a little bit more comical, so I can use that to play off the jokes. And I have to admit, this is one of those videos, the joke in this one, I was not expecting it to be as well received as it was. It was kind of a simple, quick joke, but people loved it and I appreciate that.
Can I have him?
No.
But I want him.
For the last time, gnome means gnome.
And coming in at first place with 30,000 views is another stop motion featuring the Ninja Turtles, this time Michelangelo and Leonardo. The NECA figures. This is Face All Challenges. It features these little bricks. I forget what brand they are. You can find a few of them, but they're actual bricks just in miniature format. You could use them for building or stop motions. And this one also features some 5 Surprise, which are those blind bag or blind ball figures. They're a lot of fun. They have Disney ones, they have toys, they have food. Lot of fun.
Overcoming this wall seems like a real challenge.
Just face it.
You are right, much better.
The most challenging video I made this year was the Aha Take On Me music video piece. It features a green screen in the middle, and I had to loop around 3 times doing the same run to try to match up so I can get the motions on each of the side. I'm going to add a playlist with the music at the end. All right, my favorite male stop motion figure to use is Ghost Rider, which is, to me, surprising. He is a relatively new addition, but he does have the articulated jaw, so that puts him above the rest. I've been playing around with a lot of them recently, getting the jaw to move, which has been a fun challenge. He's got great head articulation, great arm and hand articulation. Marvel Legends figures in general are really fun to use. He's got great personality. He's kind of got the bad boy rebel character, so I can add that into my jokes. He replaces Raphael a lot in some of the videos. He's got the really solid boots so he doesn't tip over, and just all-round fantastic figure.
I know you're guilty. Confess your sins.
Get bent! You won't be getting a peep out of me!
What do we have here?
Hello.
Well,
That's not mine!
My favorite female character to use in stop motions has been Storm, which this is another surprising one. She's got really terrible head articulation with the hair. It could barely move back and forth or up and down. So making her look like she's talking or moving is very limited. And if you look at her boots, she wears heels with very thin feet, so she falls over on everything. And she's got the cape, so she really can't bend over. But her wrists give her so much character and personality that adds so much. And the videos where I use Storm, I don't think the videos could have been any better had I used anyone else. So Storm by far is my favorite in videos.
So I left my job today. I just couldn't work there after what was said to me.
Oh no, what was said to you?
You are fired.
So you just stormed out?
Girl, I storm out of everywhere.
So my inspiration for my stop motion jokes that the year has been the toy community, especially the stop motion community. I put up 5 names of channels I've become really close with, just liking their videos, taking them as inspiration. Special shout out to Super Duper Star Wars Stop Motion channel. We bounce ideas off each other. I'm adding a playlist that I'm going to link in the description and the comments that's going to have a collection of some of my favorite videos of each of these stop motion artists. So check out the playlist, check out each of their channels. You will not be disappointed. So my absolute favorite stop motion joke I made this year, it was called Curiosity, and it features the Super 7 Thundercats, Lion-O and Tigra. To me, it gets more dramatic than some of my other quick jokes, so it tells more of a story in a few seconds. You could also see I've never quite gotten the sunflower butter off of my Lion-O's head. I did a video where Lion-O was taking a scoop of sunflower butter, and oddly enough, the part where his face went into the sunflower butter didn't actually make it into the final cut, but I haven't quite been able to scrape off it without, my fear of harming the paint on the figure. I'll get it off eventually. So enjoy my personal favorite stop motion this year, Curiosity, featuring the Thundercats.
Tigra, I am so sorry to hear about your father. Did they say what happened?
The doctors said it was curiosity. He had been curious for years and never told us. They also said it can be genetic.
Are you going to get tested?
Yes, I would like to know. I am curious.
Oh God.
This year I've used a lot of toy lines in my stop motion animations, so I'm going to have a preference. So I'm going to go through some of the highlights of each and why they are not the top. So first with the classic vintage toys, very little articulation with the arms and heads, so they're not necessarily the best. Then we've got the Loyal Subjects Best Action. I'm just showing you an example of what Donatello's arm looks like. It's not good for stop motion because it moves around way too much and makes it choppy. Then we have the Mattel WWE figures, which the heads are pretty decent motion. My favorite part on these is the shoulder articulation. It really goes back. Most of my stop motions with either Hulk Hogan or Mr. T, they're doing some sort of shoulder flex because that's my favorite thing. But the rest of their articulation is very basic. The arms go up and down, but it's still a little jumpy. Now, Boss Fight Studio did a really good toy line of the Bucky O'Hare figures. Really good motion. My only problem with these are the heads. They're just not as smooth as some of the others, and the legs don't necessarily stand straight. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking I'm going to choose NECA Ninja Turtles for my favorite, but that is not the case. I use the Ninja Turtles so much because I just love the Ninja Turtles, but the figures themselves have limited arm mobility, so you'll notice that the Ninja Turtles don't actually move around too much, and their arms don't go necessarily too high. So, great figure for stop motion from a figure, from an art, just from a character perspective. And then Marvel Legends, another one. I use them so much because there's so many characters to choose from, and sometimes the characters and the personalities pair so nicely with the jokes. But if you look at the arms, they do get a little bit jumpy. So forward and back, it's really smooth. But when you start going up and down and raising their arms, you got to be really careful with how it's going to look on the screen. So coming in number 2, I'm going to go with the Super 7 Ultimates. I chose Tiger because he's my favorite character from Thundercats. The head swivel motion is perfect for stop motion. The arms go up and down so nicely. It's super smooth. Some of the arm mobility raising just above their shoulder, that's a little limited. That's really my only main concern that put them in number 2 under the number 1 spot, which are Mythic Legions. So the Headless Horseman I use, the Santa Claus, the Skeleton, the Black Knight, and the Minotaur here, just amazing. A lot of my dances feature these figures because you can just get them in such good poses. Their legs and their ankles swivel a lot, so you can make them kneel down, stand up, just all around so much fun to use. The last 2 figures, the Super 7 and the Mythic Legions, have pretty much the highest price points, so you really are getting the quality for the price. So, if you're if you're looking for a really fun figure to do stop motion with, I highly recommend Mythic Legions and Super 7. Pretty much all of them. They're all fun. So it looks like my most well-received video was the epic battle featuring J. Jonah Jameson, Spider-Man, and Shang-Chi. Although named Epic Battle, there was no actual fighting in it. It received over 5,000 views and an over 98% like ratio, which over 300 likes, which is incredible. Most of my other videos fall around like between 90 and 92%. So 98%, a lot of people like this one. It's got J. Jonah Jameson and Spider-Man, which are, they pair great together because of their love-hate relationship. And then it features Shang-Chi, which I admit I need to use Shang-Chi more. One of my favorite Marvel Legends figures that came out. When I am choosing a character to pair with a joke, I kind of tend to overuse Spider-Man just because he's got such a strong personality, especially when telling jokes. But Shang-Chi is also pretty comical, so I'm going to make it my goal to use him more. And this video also, there was a cameo by the Mandarin, the epic villain from Marvel.
Get him to safety. I will take care of the Mandarin. I'm going to beat you to a pulp.
So this year I started doing some stop motion animation jokes. It's been a lot of fun. In order to start doing it, I just built a base out of Lego to hold my phone. I can do it vertical, I can do it horizontal. You can take the pieces off, you can angle it so this way you can get more aerial views, you can face it up. So it's been a lot of fun. What prompted that is I found a Shawn Michaels WWE figure that me and my brother used to make stop motion videos back with. The Tyco video camera is a black and white video camera from back in the day. We used to just record frames and unpause. So I recreated that to send it to him just as a joke. And what had happened is I just kind of fell in love with it. And I was already doing like joke pictures on Instagram, and it transitioned into uploading on YouTube. So enjoy the exclusive look at the stop motion which started it all.
Yeah.